pit of despair.
And we're back.
Oreo ice cream is very hard to scoop.
The Progressive commercials
Are us.
It's like what we do now.
Yeah, right?
Children. The strategery. Nope.
Nope.
The strategery involved.
Yes.
Parenting teenagers is next stinking level.
It is.
And I'm embarrassing. My pants are worn too high. I wear white tennies everywhere.
With black socks.
Yeah.
You actually don't do any of those, just for the record.
But I'm gonna ask for all that for Christmas because.
Can I do a really quick I'm peeved?
Yeah, mine's stupid people. Go ahead, yours.
Mine is too.
Do you remember that? Do you know what movie I'm referencing?
No.
Oh, I don't either.
That was a good one, honey.
Welcome to the Mr&Mrs. Inglis Podcast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shaen. We're here to talk about the wild ride of raising kids, growing careers, and keeping life together in the middle of all the chaos.
So buckle up, because we're all in this crazy journey together.
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Do you do that for me or do you do that for other people?
I don't know.
You always have like a fun little you do a play off of my audio intro.
Mm-hmm. That nobody actually hears.
No, do you want them to hear that? I'll put that one on there.
No, you don't have to.
That's what I was saying. Who do you do that for? Me or do you do it for the audience?
Just in case it kicks it off in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's never the same thing, so I always try something different.
But what I say is always the same thing.
Right.
Oh,
but
so that's how we should start it off every time is your little quip.
my random boo-hoo, or I don't know. It's different every time.
Yeah. You guys miss so much good stuff that's on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, we could hours
right.
of tape.
That's right. Well, welcome back. Episode 58.
58.
58, yeah. We should be on 63, but we've been lazy. We've been bad.
And by lazy, you mean we just haven't been able to find a minute?
We've been too busy to get in this room. Yeah. Yeah, this room's getting dusty because we're not in here anymore.
Ironically, sorry. Choked on my own
Okay?
It's been a long couple weeks. Ironically, we do have dust rags in here that we could, clean things off with. Yeah.
All right, we'll start back over. That's not award-winning podcast material.
If I was Jason Bateman, it would have been.
And we're back. All right, so episode 58, what I'm finding hard right now is time aside, right? We like doing this. It's fun. The people that watch it enjoy it, which is great. The hard part for me right now is so much happens in 2 weeks, or we went 3 weeks one time. So much happens that I don't know what to talk about because I already forgot half of it.
Right.
And the other half of it, I'm like, oh gosh, you got to talk about this, or got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Whereas on a weekly basis, when we're good about it, doing a weekly basis, it's I kind of know what happened that week. It's just kind of a nice little rhythm there. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot. It's just a lot to do when we have all this time.
Yeah, all this extra time.
Yeah.
I mean...
Now, if we had a production crew, it would be okay, probably.
Can we employ child labor? I know we've tried.
We have 3 children.
I know, and we've tried to employ their labor.
And their labor is worthless, so no, we'd have to hire some other children.
Right?
Yeah. Well, our oldest might get a job this summer. He's talking about doing it. I think he should.
I think he should.
And he wants to, which is good because he's of age where now he can work.
Right.
So that's good.
I worked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was your favorite high school job?
Well, in high school, I only had one job, I think. I think I worked at Round the Corner restaurant the whole time I was in high school. It was after high school when my life spiraled down into the negative, the...
Pit of despair?
The pit of despair is a great way. The P-I-P-O-D, the pod. When I spiraled into the pod, the pit of despair, that's when I had a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
During that tough time of life. But I think I held down just the one job in high school, and that was Around the Corner.
Around the corner.
Yeah, I started off washing dishes in the back room, and then I made it up to cook. In fact, I was the head cook on the grill, the flat grill, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, to be the head cook, that's like, isn't that a position of esteem in a restaurant?
Well, they did refer to me as Chef Shaen.
They did?
No, God, no.
I was
I wore a white shirt and a white hat. It was incredible. I was really good. I missed my calling. Then the POD.
The POD. I'm going to start calling you Chef Shaen, although that's really hard to say.
Yeah, it is a little bit. In a week, I'll have a surprise for you on that note. But right back at you, what was your favorite?
Well, I don't know. I had 2 high school jobs, and I really liked
cream?
both of them. Yeah, I worked at Scoops ice cream store.
That's why your right forearm is bigger than your left.
Exactly. I mean, I'm still way stronger on my right than my left. I'm telling you, Oreo ice cream is very hard to scoop. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I would like actually cut my knuckles on it. Like I'd end up with, I'd have to put Band-Aids on because when you're like scooping, like the cookies that are like poking out would.
So you served bloody
No.
ice cream cones to people?
No.
There's a possibility though that you did?
No. I was always very cautious.
I think there might be.
I was very cautious.
So you have to be like, oh, I'm sorry. I've just lacerated my knuckle on an Oreo.
Oh, no.
I need to go wash my hands. I need to trash this Oreo tub now and bring in a new one.
No. I would definitely throw it away if I knew I hit my knuckle. But yeah.
That was in the era of AIDS too, so everybody was scared of blood.
Yeah, from a 14-year-old girl. No, I promise I did not serve anything with blood on it.
Yeah.
I was very conscious of it. But yeah, Oreo ice cream, very hard. And then if someone was like, I'll have an Oreo shake, and you're like,
even to this day, shakes are my favorite. I love ice cream, but shakes are my favorite.
uh-huh.
And I feel bad like ordering shakes because there's just so many steps to it. Not only
So
do you have
many
to
steps.
lacerate your knuckles by getting out the chocolate ice cream, which they probably just leave bloody after that. They have to put it into now they got to put it into, there's a whole other steps. There's like multiple steps to it. Like it's not just scoop and plop.
Well, and it's not one scoop. Like an average shake was like 4 or 5 scoops.
Yeah.
You know, depending on,
Yeah.
the size that they got. But I mean, even a small shake is 4 scoops of ice cream instead of even a double scoop, which is a massive ice cream cone.
Yeah.
And
We could have a whole episode based on ice cream. But
Yeah.
you worked at Scoops.
And
where
then
you bloodied people. You served people bloody ice cream.
Yeah.
Then what was the second one?
I worked at the Gap.
The Gap.
Gap Kids,
I
actually.
knew that. I just didn't realize it was in high school.
Yeah, Gap Kids.
Gap Kids. Mm-hmm. Oh, funny.
And I.
So were you a personal shopper? Were you to take the kids around like Pretty Woman and you would bring them clothes in the dressing room and dress them up?
No.
Like rich kids?
No.
Because the Gap was pretty snooty back then.
It was a little snooty. It was. And we did have, and it is in a very kind of highbrow area of the Minneapolis suburbs.
Oh, I know that mall. First mall in America.
First mall in America,
Not the Mall
Southdale.
of America,
Nope.
but the first mall in America.
Right. So Southdale Mall in Edina, Minnesota, and I worked at that Gap Kids.
Mm-hmm.
And there were quite a few. Like we had a famous baseball player, Kirby Puckett. His wife was there all the time with her kids.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
I'm just kidding. Everybody knows Kirby Puckett, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just a Minnesota thing.
Yeah, something about he had a house in Nantucket. I don't know.
We're not coming back from that one.
So which one did you like better then?
I don't know. I liked both of them. I mean, one, I got clothes at 50% off, which I still own nearly every single outfit or every single piece of clothing that I bought during that time. I still own it, and many of them I still wear.
That's the Gap quality back in the 90s, early 90s.
And then I don't usually tell people that I actually got it at Gap Kids instead of Gap, because yes, those clothes fit me. But yeah, and I loved working at the ice cream shop because, I mean, it was just a local, small, locally owned place. And all the friends, kind of the big group worked there. So I was friends with everybody that worked there. It was awesome.
Social for one, but perks for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Gap discount, not joking, 50% off.
They don't do things like that anymore. So I've had a couple main jobs in the times that I've had multiple jobs. I mean, from the time I was 19 to 24, probably, I never worked less than 3 jobs. So it's like I had a lot of jobs during that time. Some of them I didn't even go to. I would get hired and I never even went to the first day. Or I showed up and I'm like, that's probably not for me. I want to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Nantucket's calling my name.
That's right. That's right. But FedEx was one that I worked for a long time with those guys. In fact, I still know my employee number there, 312213. It's inverse of itself. But if you and I got hired back one time from them, and they were already like in like the 600,000s, but I was like 300,000. So I was early on. Like I had like an OG number back then, but it was like the 300th, 1,000th employee, because that's been around since like the 60s, but or 70s. My point being, perks. FedEx used to be able to jump seat in the cockpit, which was awesome. I took advantage of it 2 or 3 times. That's how I got to Europe twice, I think, on my own, or once on my own. I don't remember now. Once on my own, I think, at least. I've been there twice, but I went there once with FedEx.
Correct. Yeah.
And that was just incredible. That was a perk, and it was free. As long as the jump seat was open, put your name in it, go to the airport, and you're there.
That
awesome.
is insane.
So what a perk.
I know. Here I'm like bragging about 50% off on clothes. You got to fly to Paris for free.
I stayed a week in Europe for like $200, and I brought my own Ritz crackers box. So it has like, 4 or 5 sleeves in there. That's a lot of carbs, a lot of Ritz. And that's what I lived off of because I had 0 money. I slept the first night it was in the World Cup. And I slept in a church because there was no hostels available, no hotels available. Not that I could afford a hotel during the World Cup in Paris.
It's true, yeah.
This is 96, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so I pretended like I was praying in a church in a pew for like 5 hours overnight one night.
Wow. You were really atoning for something.
Yeah. Well, that pastor or priest, whatever it was, should have come to me and be like, clearly, son, you don't have a place to sleep. Feel free to use the bench.
Lay down.
Yeah.
Or you should meet me in the confessional because clearly you need to get something off your chest.
Yeah. No, I didn't trust that. Meet me in the confessional at 2 a.m. in the morning? That doesn't sound...
Yeah, that doesn't sound good, does it?
Again, Nantucket.
Nantucket.
We're going to Nantucket that. Next day, so then I was super tired, obviously. So there used to be a park, there probably still is, under the Eiffel Tower. And I laid down in the park there, just staring up at the Eiffel Tower. Fell asleep, and I got woken up by the police, Sia.
Policia.
And kindly was told, I believe in French, that I can't sleep in the park.
Oh.
Same thing happened in London, long story short. Awesome perks back in the day. I don't think perks are the same anymore.
I don't know.
Because I know FedEx doesn't do that anymore.
Right.
Yeah. And I guarantee Gap's not giving you, what'd you say?
50%.
No way. They were almost BK anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a limit per month on how much you could get 50% on. And it was like 10 articles you could get 50% on. Anything over that, you got 30.
It should have just been up to 100% of your paycheck.
I was like, yeah.
Right? Because then basically you're working for free.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which it pretty much was. But I mean, like, I was like, if I buy 5 shirts, 5 pairs of pants a month.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to buy that much. I never even came close to the Gap.
You haven't bought that since. You probably bought more clothes when you worked at the Gap than you have since we've been married.
Probably.
Until a month ago, you and our daughter finally went out and spent a small fortune on much needed wardrobe updates.
Yeah. And sadly, it would not have even hit the 10 articles of clothing in my Gap monthly stipend.
Do you remember when we used to have time and we finally got a little bit of extra cash flow? And it was like, for a couple of years, we had time in the extra cash flow at that point in time to be like, we're just going to go out. We called it a shopping spree, but it really wasn't. But we went out. It was once a year kind of, and we would just kind of freshen up our clothes and our closets and whatnot.
Yep. Yep.
I always bought more than you.
I don't know about always, but
I feel like I did, but we used to do that.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought that was fun.
Oh, I'm sure it would be fun. I don't know if it's fun now. I don't enjoy shopping as much as I used to because I'm the buyer in our family.
Yeah.
I'm the shopper in our family, but
You have always, maybe not now, but you've always preferred shopping, and I'm just like, let's just buy it and go. I feel like I'm the buyer, you're the shopper, if that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, because I want to make sure I'm buying the right thing.
Yeah. And I'm a little more impulsive in that. Like, give me 3 options, and I will pick from those 3, and I will be happy.
Yeah, so my shopping stems from, I think, my sickness of missing out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have FOMO.
I have FOMO big time.
Yeah, you do have FOMO big time.
Fear of missing out. Mm-hmm. I have FOMO, and that's why shopping takes me a little bit longer because, like, if I'm going to buy this and spend hard-earned money,
Yeah.
I hope there's not something better or something I like more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're listening to music, right? Like, if you like the song, you're like, let me see if there's something better. And I'm like, but we like this song.
Yeah, I do that, like, on Sirius XM. Like, let me just check the other channels real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, but
This is
now
the
we
best
just
song.
missed
Missed 20 seconds of it.
20 seconds of a good song.
Yeah. I don't do that anymore because we don't listen to that.
Yeah, not usually. Yeah, right. But or TV, you'll do that too. Like,
Yeah.
we switch. Our youngest son. The older he gets, the more he is like you. I said it just the other day. I was like, wow, he is your son. But he has that. He's almost paralyzed by the options.
I'm not paralyzed by options.
Or he's
I'll
just
make
like,
a
I don't know.
decision. I don't have a
I don't know what
problem
to
making
get.
the decision. I just want to be sure I know all my options.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But yeah, he's developed it much earlier though than I ever did.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was a normal kid. I mean, I was always a very clean kid.
Yeah.
I like to be organized even as a young child.
Yeah.
We just talked about like our rooms. Like our kids didn't inherit that. Like my room had, when I grew up, had a whole wall of like hanging shelves. So it
Right.
was like these big, you know, the ropes that you would climb to the ceiling in junior high
Yeah.
or high school? Yeah. Those ropes were all hanging. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15, 12 of those ropes hanging through long boards.
Yep.
So like if you grabbed one of the shelves, you could pull it out and it would swing back and hit. I never did that, obviously. But had I so chose, I could have done that.
Right.
But there was like, I don't know how many rows of shelving, but all the way to the ceiling.
I remember at least 5.
At least more than that. Probably, yeah. I mean, there were smaller ones on the bottom, and they were wider, like 12 inches, and then 15, 15, 15,
Yeah.
probably, whatever it was. But I would redo those all the time.
Yeah.
Because I would want to like display like G.I. Joe's, or this was my Transformer shelf, or this was my drawing shelf, or whatever it was. Then when I got older, it was, okay, now I got my Michael Jordan stuff or my Bulls stuff and whatever this might be over here. I had like my Chinese ninja stars on one, you know what I mean? Like I had like the nunchucks I made out of wood, and string in the garage. Like things like that. But I would always, whatever I was into, I would change it up.
Right.
But that was always organized. Now, I'm sure my mom will tell you that my clothes were everywhere.
Right.
Which I think they probably were. I didn't make my bed. But that part of it, I was very anal on,
Yeah.
as well as my posters. I mean, I told you, you know this, I think I've mentioned it on here. My scale model of my room was scale posters of every wall so that I could make sure because I often like to rearrange them. And so then I could rearrange them on my model, my scale model,
Right.
and then apply it to real life.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, our youngest son has gotten a lot of that. Mm-hmm. At an earlier age, though. But that FOMO, though, is a big deal for kids. But I don't know that I felt FOMO as much as a kid, though. I think you start getting FOMO as a young adult, probably.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Have you ever felt FOMO?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
Fear of missing out on something?
I'm sure I have, but I don't seem to have it
Yeah.
as much as other people. Like,
You, I would suggest, on a sliding scale of people that are very content. You're very rarely in search of more.
right.
You're very content, and we have a full life. Not to say that we live.
That's
a boring
right.
life, but you're content with it.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd be a little bit further down that scale. Like, I'm not discontent.
Right. But you're always looking around the other corner and like, oh, well, I wonder, let me just check it out. Like, let's see.
Yeah.
You know?
Like,
Yeah.
maybe I would bungee jump, or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I'd be like,
Live once,
and I'm like, oh, this book is really good. Why don't I just sit here and read this? Like, you go bungee jump. You have fun.
Yeah.
I am.
Like camping for me, that's one thing. Like, I do have fear of missing out of camping with our children more. We've done it a few times, but in Texas it's tough. Like, this is not real camping down here.
No.
You got to go to the mountains, Colorado or wherever else.
Rattlesnakes and
Yeah.
why would you want to?
I've never seen a rattlesnake camping. I've been camping a million times.
Here in Texas, though, I can imagine you
here
would
in Texas.
quickly. I mean,
There's rattlesnakes in Colorado too.
oh, for sure. But
seen
it
them
gets
hiking.
so cold at night that, like, I don't know. But you're also, I mean, we have scorpions. I mean, scorpion by our door the other day, like.
Yeah, in the little in the second garage. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so, yeah, no camping in Texas.
Yeah, no camping in Texas. No. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, fear of missing out on some stuff like that. That's, I don't know. I don't think it runs my life at all. But when presented with, especially if I didn't know about it, like, oh, well, maybe I do want that. Like, I didn't know I wanted that actually.
Yeah, but I kind of do.
Yeah. One thing I did want to bring up on this before it gets too long, we won't go too long tonight because we don't have time to do it, was how cool, and it's for our generation too, because this is one of those things, there's things in our generation for sure, like, where you were when it happened.
Yeah.
Right? 9/11 is one.
Yep.
Maybe Bin Laden might have been one.
Yep.
But the Space Shuttle
Challenger.
Was one of the first ones.
For sure.
That we definitely knew. And how cool was it? And I just don't know if it was lost or if it was still cool in today's world of technology. But since we last went, I mean, we had Americans go around the moon and back.
Around the moon and back.
Artemis. And I'm not a space geek, but I'm a little bit of a space geek.
A little bit. Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people are because it's cool. It's something that we don't know anything. It's just something novel to us, right? It makes you wonder, right? It's in awe of it.
Yeah. It's just, it's crazy. Yeah, I can go into that side of it again too, but I just thought it was so cool that we've kind of reopened, kind of like this chapter of space exploration. Mm-hmm. Because since we've been alive, we never did the moon. The moon thing was in the 60s, right? For us.
Right.
For the country first. Now we're going back.
Right.
And like they'll actually have people on the moon within 5 years probably.
Right.
During our kids' lifetime. But do you think our kids thought it was cool? Because I pushed on them a little bit like, hey, people are going around the moon today, or it was the rocket lifted off with people on it. I mean, not a lot of rockets go off with people.
Right.
That are heading to the moon, at least.
Right. I agree. And I think our youngest was way into it.
Mm-hmm.
But he really loves that stuff. I think the oldest also thought it was cool.
He and I watched it a little bit because we were
traveling.
We were traveling for soccer.
Yeah.
And so we watched a little bit, but he had a team event he had to go down for, but we watched them at some point there. I think that night, that was the night. Oh, that was Splashdown night.
Yeah.
That was Splashdown night. So we watched that. That was cool. But I did watch them when they were the furthest any human has ever been.
Gosh.
But what I find fascinating about it, really cool, but the physics and the math and the brainiacs that are behind.
Oh my gosh.
Everything that goes into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in awe of how people feel it. Like Hidden Figures is a great movie that kind of just gives you an idea
Right.
of kind of what all went into that and how smart, I mean, like next level.
Next level smart.
Yes.
Right?
Level. Yeah. I mean, like literally out of this world intelligence.
Pun absolutely intended on that one.
Absolutely intended on that one.
Yeah.
That is what, almost more than anything, just I think is incredible.
It blows my mind. I mean, we saw that one reel and the type of mathematics that it even takes to figure out to make that space shuttle go around the moon and all of that. I don't even know what most of those mathematics are.
Yeah, orbital this and that and this. I mean, like I took physics, which is like the introductory. That's like 1 + 1.
Right. Of physics,
these people.
yeah.
But back in the 60s, they did it all by hand. They didn't have. I mean,
They didn't have computers.
They had computers, but they couldn't really do what we do.
No.
That's what that whole movie is a little bit about.
Right.
Today we have more of that, but it still is incredible what they did, and like how they explained it this time, and like gravity. They're really just falling back to the earth. They're not, even though they are going 26,000 miles an hour, which is 7 miles a second.
Yes.
When they hit the thing, which I think just blows my mind to think of a human being. Could be if you put your head out the window, you're dead. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously,
Petey didn't have a head.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just crazy to me that if you put someone in something that stays together, a human can just sit there and feel like they're in the station wagon, but they're going 7 miles a second. 7 miles a second.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just incredible. I don't understand it, but I'm in awe of it, and that's why it's just so cool.
Well, and then the fact that the math and the physics work so that they could go from 7 miles per second to hit the water at a gentle, like, 1 mile an hour, whatever it was. Like,
It was 18 miles an hour, like 13 minutes later.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like-
27,000 miles an hour
yeah,
to 18.
18.
In 13 minutes.
I mean, that is insanity to me.
And it had to work perfectly, all the pairs. So, I mean, I'm not ashamed to say, like, when I watch that, I mean, I don't know if it's pride. I don't know if it's just, I don't know what human spirit or what it is, but I mean, like,
That's what
I
it
was
is.
welled up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, probably wiping a tear or two, because it's
Yeah.
just like, I'm happy they all lived, because we've lived in an era where we've seen people. I mean, the Columbia.
Yeah.
I remember watching that on TV. I was at Mimi's. I was a waiter at Mimi's
Oh my.
on a Saturday morning,
Yeah.
watching it come in because it was happening. So I was actually watching it,
Yeah.
and it broke up on re-entry, and it was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, so that's real. They're putting their lives on the line. These people are for science.
Yeah, they are. They are. They are absolute heroes. I mean, and I think it is that human spirit, right? Of just like, oh my gosh, it kind of unites mankind to be like, we can do this together. Or, there's just something bigger than us when something like that happens.
That's the spirit that it's really, I kind of love it, because it's so over my head.
Yeah.
That it makes me feel like a kid.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
giddy about it. Like, that's incredible. It's like magic.
It is. It's like magic and wonder. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an astrophysicist. I couldn't tell you the first thing
not?
about it. And
I thought that's what you did all day long
all day long.
when you were meeting and emailing.
While I'm doing email and meeting, right?
Email and meeting.
Right. That's what astrophysicists
That reel
do.
came back up for me this week. I watched it again and just laughed, because it's just your life.
It's totally my life.
Because he's talking to somebody else. He's like, but what do you actually do?
I email and meeting.
Yeah. And sometimes I email while I'm meeting.
Meeting.
It's so funny. We can bring it up a million more times,
my gosh.
I'm sure. So, all right. Well, let's not go too long tonight. I mean, what else do we want to talk about that happened in the last 2 weeks? Anything in particular you can think of? I think we were in Indiana
You were in Indiana.
last time that happened.
Yeah.
I got this shirt because I was cold.
But I mean, on average, in the wintertime, your typical attire for an outdoor sporting event is 6 layers on top.
6 layers. It's more than skiing. But I'm not working. Like skiing, like you get hot because you're working going down.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not doing greens. Whoa. We weren't. I'm just kidding. Super proud of you, honey. You did it.
That seems so genuine.
You're going to do it again. Yeah, you did great. I am proud of you. That's incredible. What a journey. What a last year you had. Everybody doesn't even know all the things you had to go through.
It's been something.
And you come out on top.
On a green. I came out on a green.
No, you came out on a blue.
I actually came out on a blue. You're right.
You
You're
did.
right.
You did.
So that's how you come out. You come out on a blue.
How about for you? Anything from your side?
I forgot what we were talking about.
Just the last 2 weeks? Anything
Oh,
that we wanted
gosh.
to cover?
Okay. We are finally realizing what it is truly like to have a driver,
Yeah.
another driver in the house.
Yeah.
At first it was great. Like I was like, oh wow, it's so nice. I don't have to do school pickup right now. This is amazing. I mean, so that's kind of when it first started. I didn't have to do an extra school run in the morning to get to practice at 6:15 or 6:30. Like, awesome. Now, I mean, he drives himself to practice. It's just like we get so much time back.
Yep.
Now, I do worry about him driving.
Yep.
But there is a freedom and just like oh my gosh. I mean, we've spent, was it last week? We had 2 weekend nights where you and I were both home. And I bet you could count on one hand, except for the month of July, I bet you could count on one time the number of weeks where both of us are home 2 nights in a week.
Yeah, we touched on it last time a little bit, but as we get more and more into it, more and more comfortable with that, it is a total game changer.
Game changer.
It scares me. I'm still not used to it. I honestly don't even think about it that much. I think that's my self-keeping.
Yeah, it's your self-preservation a little
exactly
bit.
What
Yeah,
that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because it does make me nervous. And like you've said a couple times, like you pulled out behind him today going to the dentist because of a whole thing. And so why not take 2 cars? Well, I can tell you why, because the attendant's office wasn't on top of it.
Right.
But you happened to be behind him. He didn't know it, and you called him. Why?
I called him because I was like, you took that turn too fast. He's like, what? No, I didn't. And I was like, you were flying. Like you were rapidly accelerating. And I mean, I had 2 kids in the car and they all saw it. And so they even said it. They're like, oh, he's going fast.
Yeah. Here's what I just realized. This epiphany just hit me like 1,000 pounds. You officially become parents when you have teenagers. You're parents when you have kids, but you become stereotypical parents. Right?
Yeah.
When you have teenagers.
Uh-huh.
Because everything just hits. Like I'm just looking at you and I look at myself, I'm like, yeah, we're parents now. Before we were Shaen and Meghan with kids.
With kids. That's right.
Now we're parents.
Yes.
That act like stereotypical. You took that turn too fast. I mean, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like all the stereotypical parent stuff that people make fun of.
Yep.
That's what we do now.
Yep.
The progressive commercials.
Are us.
It's like what we do now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's crazy. And like the last year I've been easing into it, but it's like when I was a kid, now it's just normal. Like I've actually had to stop using myself as an example to parent our children because I'm sure they're so tired of it.
I'm sure.
When I played sports,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, they don't care about when I played sports. I know that now. Because why? I am just the stupid, stereotypical parent. I know nothing.
Yep.
And I'm embarrassing. My pants are worn too high. They're, all that kind of stuff. I wear white tennies everywhere.
With black socks.
Yeah.
You actually don't do any of those, just for the record.
But I'm going to ask for all that for Christmas because it's just time.
I gotta now. I am embracing it. I realize now who I really am.
I don't know. Do you feel that? Would you agree? I mean, it's just like, I don't know if it's because now we've stopped trying to have fun with the kids and it's like, I don't even want to say this because I know our parents are going to watch this and they're going to be like, I told you, or finally you get it. It's like, no, we get it. Like parenting's not easy. Nobody gets a book. I understand that. But teenagers are a whole other animal.
Yeah.
We've got great kids.
We do.
But you have to be so strategic.
All the time. Nope.
The strategery involved
Yes.
in parenting teenagers is next stinking level.
It is. It absolutely is. There was recently, in the last couple of weeks probably, I sat up for probably an hour, if not 2, laying in bed thinking about how I could address something with one of the kids, because something needed to be addressed pretty quickly in the morning. And like, how can I say this so that that child doesn't take offense or shut down or rebel, but yet still get my point across without being overbearing or judgmental? I mean,
I think I swooped in and saved the day on that one, but
absolutely.
just kidding.
Absolutely. No, you did help. But I mean, it's when not every, but most conversations require the element of like, I'm playing 5-dimensional chess.
Yeah.
With a kid who has no idea they're playing the game. That's why I have to be strategic about it.
Yeah, right. I didn't want to do that. It's like, I'm telling you to be quiet. Shh, I got something to say. No, I was like, yes, I was listening. That's my listening.
Yes. Yeah.
I used to sit in meetings, it would be this.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you.
Just shaking my head and trying to hide the fact that I'm yawning.
I'm thinking if I can get on an earlier flight home today. Just kidding. The thing that's changed potentially is the way our kids look at us, and we know it now.
Yeah.
They used to worship us.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad ruled the world. We were the coolest things possibly. Wanted us. They wanted to hang out with us. They wanted to hear from us. Mom and Dad were awesome. Mm-hmm. We're not anymore.
No.
We're knowing parents. We're not mom and dad anymore. We're knowing parents. And because of that, we've had to shift a little bit. And our kids don't. We've got great kids again. It's not like
and
they're rebelling against us.
No, they actually like spending time with us quite a bit. Yeah.
But it's the natural course, though, for them to change into that, because that's how they have to get out on their own. And we have to allow them to do that too. But I think that's a little bit of the difference anymore. It's like, you're just not the cool dad anymore. It's like, I'd rather go hang with my friends and that kind of stuff, and then that pushes us as mom and dad into just this parenting corner, because sadly, there is still a lot of parenting to be done, even though we've already given them all the rules and guidelines.
Yeah.
Now it's just like plugging the holes in the dam constantly. Like, Yeah.
Yeah. And reiterating what they know, and I mean, or what they should know, and in a way that they are going to receive it.
Yeah.
And that's what's so hard. Like, when they're 4, you just tell them. It doesn't take a whole lot of strategic thinking.
Yeah.
Right? You have you have the high ground.
Yeah.
All the time. And now you're actually coming from a position where you don't. Yeah. But yet you still have to impress what's important and still instill values and teach and guide, even though they don't necessarily know that you're doing it. Yeah. It's hard.
Oh, they know, but I think, do they care?
Do they care?
And is it absorbing?
Yeah. And that's why you have to do it in a totally different way.
Yeah. Because they're at the age where they're going to learn. They're going to learn they already know all the right answers. It's just, are you going to learn it the easy way, or are you going to do it the hard way? Mm-hmm. And most people choose to learn it on their own, I think. Because that's the easiest way to, that's
absolutely
probably the best way to learn it.
Right.
And that's how most people learn it.
Right.
And that's how I know. That's how I learned it. I'm sure my parents say, don't touch the fire because it's hot, but if you don't ever touch it, you never know if it is hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that is probably a difference between being the oldest child and being the second oldest child. Like, I learned a lot of mistakes because my older brother made those mistakes, and I didn't have to.
That's a personality thing too.
Sure.
It's positional, but it's a personality thing too, because you've always been steady Eddie.
Yeah.
By the book.
Yeah. You tell me not to touch something, I'm not going to touch it.
Right.
That's not going to make me want to touch it.
Never touch it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas other personalities be like, sure thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch it.
I got to go.
You know?
Yeah. I am Groot.
Yeah, I am Groot.
I am Groot. You're like, no, you're not Groot.
All right, well, let's, anything else? Let's keep it a little bit short today.
I don't think so.
No?
I mean,
we could do an I'm peeved, but there's just been too much.
Can I do a really quick I'm peeved?
Yeah, mine's stupid people. Go ahead, yours?
Mine is too. Mine's the person who decided to do a U-turn in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Just a 2-lane road.
35
miles an hour.
Like, I I know. I'm not at a stop sign or anything else. I am just in the middle of a road.
With embankments on both sides, no shoulder.
No shoulder. I'm just going to turn around in the middle of a road.
Yeah.
With someone behind me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no wave afterwards either.
No. And they couldn't. I mean, they're in like a Toyota Corolla and couldn't even make the U-turn. I'm like, really?
You know what I want to see someone do that time? Like, the only reason that would be okay is if somebody, like, put like a flashing light on the top of their car, like an old police car light.
Yeah.
And then maybe, you know, you have a Wookiee out the back window going like, woo! Do you remember that? Do you know what movie I'm referencing?
No.
Oh, I don't either.
That was a good one, honey.
No, there was a movie that had that. It was about a Bigfoot. It was like Bigfoot. John.
Oh, Lithgow was in it.
Lithgow was
Harry
in
and
it.
the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hendersons. And the Bigfoot put his head out the window and he was like, woo, woo, down the highway. And people got out of their way. That's what I was referencing. Now, if the person in front of you did that, I would have been like, yeah, you.
You know what? You do a U-turn, and I'm gonna want to see another one, actually.
Do a 360.
Yeah. Mm.
All right.
Oh well.
Well, it feels
right.
good to get another episode 58 done.
Yes.
In the books.
Done.
Feels good.
Yeah, it really does.
Because I'm really looking forward to 60, but we got to do 59 in between those.
I know. Well, you know.
Should we go? If we go chronological,
Well,
we could just do
We could just skip it.
episode 3000 next.
I love you 3000.
I love you 3000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll consider that maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it for tonight.
All right. Well, good luck out there, everybody.
Be safe.
All right. Thanks for joining. We'll
Ciao,
see
ciao.
you next time. Oh, sorry. I stepped on you.
No, I totally interrupted you. Go ahead. You start the exit again.
No, that's it. We're good.
Wrap it.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it. But do you want to do your chow chow again? I was talking over it.
Ciao, ciao.
All right. See ya.